The phone buzzed on the nightstand, its screen lighting up the dim bedroom like a beacon in the night. I grabbed it, heart pounding, and saw the text from Jordan. "Meet me at the old pier tonight. We can't keep hiding forever." As I slipped out of bed, careful not to wake Emily, I couldn't shake the feeling that this secret life of mine was about to unravel everything I'd built. My name is Alex Thompson, a 32-year-old architect living in the bustling suburbs of Seattle. On the surface, my life looked picture-perfect. A successful career, a beautiful home in Bellevue, and a marriage to Emily, my college sweetheart who'd stood by me through thick and thin. But beneath that facade lay a truth I'd buried deep. I was gay, and Emily knew it from the start. We tied the knot 5 years ago in a quiet ceremony, more out of convenience than passion. She needed stability after her family's financial ruin, and I needed a shield against the conservative world of my Southern Baptist upbringing. My parents, devout and unyielding, would never accept me loving another man. So we made a pact. A platonic marriage, separate bedrooms, and the freedom to pursue our own happiness discreetly. Jordan entered my life 2 years ago at a design conference in San Francisco. He was a photographer, 28, with sharp features, warm hazel eyes, and a laugh that could cut through any tension. We bonded over late-night talks about art and identity, and before long, our connection deepened into something undeniable. Stolen weekends in hidden cabins, whispered promises under city lights. It was the kind of love that made me question every choice I'd made. But society didn't make it easy. In a country where progress clashed with prejudice, coming out meant risking my job at a firm run by traditionalists, alienating my family, and potentially destroying Emily's fragile sense of security. That night at the pier, the Puget Sound waves lapped against the wooden pilings as Jordan pulled me into an embrace. "Alex, I can't do this anymore," he said, his voice steady but laced with pain. "Sneaking around like criminals. What if we just left, started fresh somewhere accepting, like Portland or New York?" I hesitated, the weight of my double life pressing down. Emily had been acting strange lately. Distant, secretive phone calls at odd hours, unexplained absences. I chalked it up to stress from her job as a paralegal, but a nagging doubt crept in. Was she seeing someone? Or worse, resenting our arrangement? Back home, I found Emily in the kitchen, nursing a glass of wine. Her eyes, usually bright, were shadowed with exhaustion. "Late night at the office again?" she asked, her tone neutral but probing. I nodded, guilt twisting in my gut. We sat in silence, the unspoken agreement hanging between us like a fragile thread. Little did I know that thread was about to snap. The next morning, over coffee, Emily dropped the first hint of trouble. "Alex, we need to talk about our finances. I've been looking into some investments." She slid a folder across the table, bank statements, wire transfers to unfamiliar accounts. "This could secure our future," she said, but her smile didn't reach her eyes. I skimmed the documents, noticing irregularities. Large sums moved without my knowledge, tied to a company I'd never heard of. "Emily, what's going on? This looks risky." She waved it off. "Trust me, it's for us." Doubt festered as days turned into weeks. Jordan noticed my distraction during our clandestine meetings. "You're pulling away," he accused one evening in a downtown cafe. "Is it her? Or are you scared of what we could be?" His words stung because they were true. I loved him, but the societal pressures, the fear of judgment from colleagues, the potential backlash in our community held me back. In Seattle, progressive on paper, but pockets of intolerance lingered, especially in professional circles. Coming out could mean losing clients, facing whispers behind my back. Then came the turning point. I overheard Emily on the phone in her study. "Yes, the transfer went through. He'll never suspect." My blood ran cold. Was she embezzling? Or involved in something darker? I confronted her that night. "Who was that? What's really happening?" She broke down, tears streaming. "Alex, I didn't want to drag you into this. My brother, he's in debt to some bad people. I used our savings to help him." It sounded plausible, but her eyes darted away. I pressed and she confessed more. Anonymous threats, a scheme to launder money through fake investments. If we don't pay, they'll come after us. Panic set in. As a silent witness to her actions, I was complicit. But exposing her meant unraveling our marriage, outing myself in the process. Jordan urged me to leave. This is your chance, Alex. Choose us. Torn between loyalty and love, I felt the conflicts mounting. Societal expectations versus personal truth, family obligations versus self-fulfillment. The days blurred into a haze of suspicion and stolen moments. Emily's revelations hung over our home like a storm cloud, and I found myself questioning every interaction. Was her brother's debt real, or a cover for something more sinister? I started digging discreetly, checking our joint accounts late at night while she slept. Transfers to offshore banks, emails from unknown senders. It all pointed to a conspiracy deeper than family troubles. Jordan became my anchor amid the chaos. We met in a quiet park on the outskirts of the city, where the evergreens whispered secrets of their own. "Alex, you look exhausted," he said, cupping my face. His touch was a reminder of what true connection felt like. Not the performative affection Emily and I shared at social gatherings. "Tell me everything." I hesitated, bound by the pact I'd made with her, but the weight was too much. I spilled it all. The marriage of convenience, the financial irregularities, my fears of exposure. His reaction was a mix of hurt and understanding. "So you're staying with her out of what? Pity? Fear?" Jordan's voice cracked. "What about us? In a world that's finally starting to accept people like us, why hide?" He was right. Recent years had seen strides in LGBT rights, marriage equality nationwide, growing visibility in media, but in my bubble, those changes felt distant. My parents, still in Georgia, sent emails laced with subtle homophobia, railing against the agenda. At work, casual jokes about those types reminded me of the risks. Emily noticed the shift in me. One evening, as we prepared dinner, a ritual to maintain normalcy, she cornered me. "You're seeing someone, aren't you?" Her accusation was sharp, but not angry. More resigned. I denied it at first, but she pressed. "Alex, I know our deal. But if this is affecting you, maybe it's time to end it." Her words opened a floodgate. We talked for hours, unraveling the threads of our arrangement. She admitted the money scheme was her way of securing independence, tired of relying on me. "I thought I could handle it alone," she said. "But now we're both in danger." The conflicts escalated when an anonymous letter arrived. "We know your secrets. Pay up or everyone learns the truth." It included photos, me with Jordan, intimate but not explicit. My heart stopped. Who was behind this? Emily's creditors? Or someone closer? Paranoia gripped me. I confided in Jordan, who suggested going to the police. "This is blackmail, Alex. It's illegal." But reporting it meant outing myself, potentially destroying my career and family ties. Society's double standards fueled my inner turmoil. Straight couples face scandals with sympathy, but for a gay man in a sham marriage, the judgment would be merciless. Online forums I lurked on were filled with stories of men like me. Outed, shunned, careers ruined. Yet, Jordan represented hope. A life of authenticity, free from lies. As tensions rose, Emily proposed a plan. "Let's fake a divorce. You get your freedom, I handle the debt." Sounded too clean. I suspected she was hiding more, perhaps using me as a scapegoat. That night, I followed her to a meeting in a seedy warehouse district. Hiding in shadows, I watched her hand over an envelope to a burly man. Words exchanged. "The husband's clueless. We'll pin it on him if needed." Betrayal hit like a freight train. My wife, my supposed ally, was plotting against me. Rushing home, I confronted her. "How could you?" Tears flowed as she begged forgiveness. "I was scared, Alex. They threatened my life." But trust was shattered. Jordan, learning of it, demanded action. "Leave her now. Come with me." The choice loomed. Cling to the safety of secrecy or embrace the uncertainty of truth. External pressures mounted. A work colleague hinted at rumors. My parents planned a visit. The drama intensified. pulling me toward a breaking point. Sleepless nights became my norm, the house feeling like a pressure cooker ready to explode. Emily's confession lingered, but her eyes held unspoken layers. I delved deeper, hiring a private investigator under a false name. His report arrived via encrypted email. Emily's brother's debt was a facade. She was entangled in a corporate fraud scheme, siphoning funds from her law firm to fund a lover's failing business. The anonymous threats? Orchestrated by her to pressure me into compliance. Shock gave way to anger. How had I been so blind? Our marriage, built on mutual understanding, now revealed as a web of deceit. I confronted her in the living room, documents in hand. This isn't about family, Emily. It's about you and some guy using our life as cover. She crumpled, admitting it all. I fell in love, Alex, just like you did. But I couldn't leave. We needed each other. Her words mirrored my own hypocrisy, highlighting the societal double bind. Women trapped in loveless marriages faced pity, while gay men like me were vilified for seeking truth. Jordan, my constant, urged escape. We planned a weekend getaway to the Olympic Peninsula, a brief respite. Under starry skies, he held me. Imagine a life without masks, he whispered. No more hiding. His vision tempted me. A world where love wasn't controversial. But reality intruded. News headlines blared about anti-LGBT legislation in other states, reminding me progress was uneven. In Seattle, we had protections, but stepping out meant facing the unknown. The investigator uncovered more. Emily's lover was connected to organized crime, explaining the threats. Photos of me with Jordan were leveraged to keep me silent. If I exposed her, they'd out me publicly, ruining everything. The moral quandary deepened. Stay quiet and enable fraud, or speak up and face ostracism. Family added fuel. My parents arrived unannounced, their southern drawl filling the house with tension. Over dinner, Dad ranted about moral decay, eyeing me suspiciously. Mom pulled me aside. You seem distant from Emily. Everything okay? I forced a smile, the weight of secrets crushing. Jordan texted, "Don't let them control you." His support clashed with familial duty, a classic conflict in LGBT narratives. Blood ties versus chosen family. Emily, sensing the end, made a desperate move. She transferred remaining funds back, vowing to come clean to her firm. Let me fix this, Alex. For us. But us was an illusion. I realized our pact perpetuated harm. Her to herself, me to Jordan. That night, as parents slept, I packed a bag, leaving a note for Emily. I can't be your shield anymore. Driving to Jordan's apartment, freedom tasted bittersweet. But fate intervened. A car followed me, headlights glaring. Panic surged. Was it her associates? I called Jordan, voice trembling. They're on to me. He met me halfway, pulling me into safety. Together, we decided, go to the authorities anonymously. The high stakes amplified emotions. Society's gaze loomed. Would I be seen as victim or villain? The drama peaked as we prepared our next steps, uncertainty swirling. Holed up in Jordan's modest loft overlooking Lake Union, we plotted our escape from the mess. The city lights twinkled below, a stark contrast to the darkness enveloping my life. Jordan brewed coffee, his presence a calming force. We'll get through this, he assured, but doubt gnawed at me. Exposing Emily meant potential backlash, media scrutiny, labeling me as the deceived husband in a twisted arrangement. The investigator's final report sealed it. Evidence of forgery, emails proving Emily's intent to frame me for the fraud. She's not the victim here, he said over the phone. Armed with this, I contacted a lawyer specializing in white-collar crimes. This could blow up, she warned. Your personal life might come out. I nodded, ready to face it. For the first time, authenticity outweighed fear. Jordan and I grew closer in hiding. Long talks about our futures, dreams of travel, building a home, fueled hope. But societal echoes intruded. Friends' subtle judgments when I hinted at changes. Online trolls decrying alternative lifestyles. In America, acceptance varied by zip code. Our liberal enclave offered safety, but venturing out meant risk. Emily reached out via text. "Please, Alex, let's talk." Against Jordan's advice, I met her at a neutral cafe. She looked haggard, remorse etched on her face. "I never meant to hurt you." It spiraled. Tears fell as she begged for silence. "If this goes public, my life is over." Her plea tugged at old loyalties, but I saw the manipulation. "You used me, Emily. It's time for truth." Leaving the cafe, I felt empowered yet vulnerable. That evening, Jordan and I shared a quiet dinner. "I'm proud of you," he said, kissing my forehead. Our bond, tested by fire, strengthened. But the conspiracy's tendrils reached further. A break-in at my office, files on the case stolen. Paranoia peaked. Were we targets? We relocated temporarily to a friend's cabin in the Cascades, mountains providing solace. There, amid hikes and fireside chats, I reflected on choices. Marrying Emily was a concession to society. Loving Jordan was defiance. Conflicts abounded. Personal integrity versus protecting others. Love versus safety. Back in Seattle, the lawyer filed anonymously. News broke. Paralegal implicated in firm embezzlement. Emily's arrest followed, her lover fleeing. Reporters swarmed our home, digging into our marriage. Whispers turned to headlines. Sham union exposed in fraud scandal. My outing was involuntary, brutal. Family reacted predictably. Parents called. Voices laced with disappointment. "How could you live a lie?" Dad thundered. Mom wept. "We raised you better." Their rejection stung, a microcosm of broader societal divides, progress clashing with tradition. Jordan stood by me, our relationship now public. Colleagues offered mixed support. Some applauded bravery, others distanced. The drama crescendoed, forcing reckonings. As the dust settled, life reshaped in unexpected ways. Emily's trial loomed, her pleas for leniency citing our unconventional marriage as mitigation. I testified as a witness, the courtroom a battleground of truths. Our union was mutual, I stated, voice steady. But her actions crossed lines. The judge's gaze held no judgment. A small win in a biased system. Jordan and I navigated the aftermath together. We moved to a cozy apartment in Capitol Hill, Seattle's vibrant LGBT hub. Friends rallied, offering support amid backlash. Online, debates raged. Was our story a cautionary tale of deception or a call for authenticity? Social media buzzed with opinions, some praising our courage, others condemning the moral ambiguity. Work stabilized. My firm, surprisingly, retained me, citing talent over personal life. But scars remained. Lost connections, lingering distrust. My parents reached out tentatively. Mom first. "We're trying to understand." It was progress, slow and painful, mirroring America's evolving landscape on LGBT issues. Reflecting, I saw the web of choices. Emily's desperation born of societal pressures on women. My silence rooted in fear of rejection. Jordan's unwavering love highlighted what mattered, genuine connection over facades. In quiet moments, we'd discuss the what-ifs. "Do you regret any of it?" he'd ask. "No," I'd reply. "It led me to you." Our bond, forged in fire, endured. Yet questions lingered. Emily served time, her life altered forever. Was justice served? Or were we all victims of a system that forces hidden lives? In the end, one must ponder. Is it ever justifiable to maintain a lie for the sake of societal acceptance? Or does true freedom demand unflinching honesty, no matter the cost?